So I wanted to make this video. Um, I haven't been on the carnivore bandwagon for about, uh, I'd say, 2 years, fair while, since I was on that thing, 1 to 2 years. And I've now tried all meat carnivore for 1 week. For that period of time, I had one, one sort of meal of fruit, but I'll explain how that went. But anyway, I want to start with saying that what I found this time worked better. It's only been a week, so it's only early days, but I want to say what I found this time that's worked better, and what I did wrong last time. So last time I had no idea what I was doing. I think I basically gave myself rabbit starvation by eating too much protein and low fat. I cared too much about how much the meat was, and I used a bunch of supplements that I think were unnecessary. I was just eating very lean cuts of steak like rump, and I was getting brain fog, and I was getting depressed and just hungry all the time. I was fasting too much, eating one meal a day. I was using a lot of mineral supplements and things like that. But this time is much different. In this in this sorry, I'm losing my voice a bit. Um, in this 1 week, I currently feel healthier than I've probably ever remember in my life feeling. Maybe since I was a young teenager. Um, Within a couple of days, my skin was pretty much clear, and glowing, um, and my mood is better, and my suddenly my teeth, my gums started to grow in the back. They were getting really low. I could feel them growing. I'm calmer, emotionally more able to just be. I guess I'm just less emotional. I'm more confident for some reason. I'm able to, you know, speak up more and do what needs to be done without considering things as much. And yeah, I'm the way I'm doing it this time is I'm eating fatty cuts of meat, so Scotch fillets or rib fillets, and eating them whenever I'm hungry. So I'm not fasting. I will fast up until 10 or 11 a.m., but that's when I get hungry. Then I'll just eat a whole bunch of meat. Then whenever I get hungry again, I'll eat meat. And then whenever I get hungry again, I'll eat it. Just eating whenever I'm hungry. I'm not using um, any mineral supplements. I'm just salting my food quite a little, not much at all, just putting a little bit of salt on each side of the steaks. And yeah, I've had none of those sort of issues. I was trialing probiotics before this whole thing, and I have continued them. I don't know if they've had an effect. I don't think so. I didn't really start them too long before this, but I did continue using them. But I've had no issues this time. No, I stayed in ketosis for a long time, probably up to a year, 6 months to a year at one point. So I think my body must already be adapted, but I haven't really experimented much with it for a long time. But I had no adaptation issues. I had no problems whatsoever this time around. Um, I don't feel that different, just calmer and like before I was getting a lot of issues with mood when I get into ketosis, but I'm not really getting that this time. There's no brain fog whatsoever, not even the littlest bit of brain fog. I think maybe sometimes after I eat for a few minutes, but then it just goes away. And it's just so simple. I eat steak whenever I'm hungry. A lot of people overcomplicate it. There seems to be two different sides to carnivore. The sides that think you need organs and think you have to think about the ratios heaps, and there's the other side that just say eat meat whenever you're hungry. I'm starting to see that the eat meat whenever you're hungry, fatty meat, um, works better for me anyway. I don't care about organs. I hate them. They taste disgusting. I don't notice any difference when I eat them. Um, the only issue I've had is a bit of sleep issues. So this happens when I pretty much eat anything. But if I eat it's even worse when I eat meat and fat before I go to sleep, where I wake up at 2 a.m. with my heart beating pretty hard and I can't sleep for an hour or so. I don't know what that is. I do have a lot of issues of that kind. Whenever something affects me, it affects my heart. My heart's like the warning mechanism. I get palpitations and stuff if I eat something I'm intolerant to or whatever. But I'm thinking I don't think it's intolerance because I don't feel when I eat I get those reactions. I'll get itchy skin and I'll get restless legs and stuff, and I don't get that anymore after I eat. Um, but I feel it's possibly an electrolyte thing. I've been doing some research and people say in time it does it can fix itself. I don't want to be rigid with this, so I actually what happened was I did eat some berries at one point during the week, and instantly everything just fell apart. Itchiness came back, and mood problems came back. Um, I just felt so uncomfortable with these things in my body that the carbs were just making me feel so erratic and not good at all. And I mean, my gut is definitely very damaged, so I don't think that's a normal response to a basic carbohydrate like berries. Um, but I now realize that's how I was living much of my life. Even when I thought my symptoms were down because I thought I could handle blueberries and meat, I realize now that even with the blueberries, that wasn't as healthy as I could be. So from here on forward, I'll start experimenting with more carnivore food. So I might try some bacon, do some egg yolks. But I'm gonna do it slowly. I'm gonna give it a week at a time. Let the gut heal. Hopefully, I can start incorporating some more carnivore foods. If I get anything really bad happen, so if I start to get some really bad mood problems or cramps or sleeping issues and stuff like that, I'm just not going to fuck around and I'm going to eat some honey before I sleep. Maybe 100 grams or so I've heard is pretty good. Just 100 grams of honey, see if that fixes those issues, because I don't believe long-term ketosis is optimal for humans, but when you've got a damaged gut as bad as me, I don't have a choice. I have to do these crazy things. But I feel so good right now that I'm not going to fuck with anything until that changes. I'm not eating grass-fed. I am actually a little bit, but it's not because, well, it's just I was experimenting with it, but I don't really see a difference. It does seem to taste a little bit better, but in terms of how I feel, it's not that different. I think I did actually sleep a little bit better after I had it, but I don't know if that was because it was the meat or because I had less of it. Who knows? But I've never really noticed a difference between grass-fed and grain-finished beef. So who knows with that stuff? But anyway, that's what I wanted to give you guys an update. It's only been a week. Let's see how it goes. Any of those who are still struggling, like I was after 10, 15 years of trying to heal this stuff, fasting yourself to near death, cutting out every food, it looks to be that the only answer for some of us is to go high-fat, beef-only, carnivore. This isn't going to work for everyone, but it's working like magic for me, so it's worth a go. I'll give you another update soon, see how we go. Cheers.